Hello, friends. Welcome to Multiverse with Chandra. And you know that we meet you every day live and we take your comments and we talk about the celestial body in this program. So, today, what we are going to discuss about, let's find out. Today, 10 most interesting facts about Uranus. And Uranus, as you know, is a very, very special planet. It's quite far. So, to reach there, to get into orbit, let's get into our imaginary spaceship and we will get into the orbit. So here we are. This is a live feed of Uranus. It is moving around, rotating very slowly, and we are in the orbit of Uranus. What is the first fact that Uranus brings to us? The first thing is that Uranus, one of the pole, is always facing the sun. So it actually spins horizontally, unlike any other planet. The tilt is so weird that it actually uh, it's always facing the sun. One of the pole is always facing the sun, and the tilt is almost 98 degrees. It's a totally different kind of a environment that Uranus offers. So this is amazing. By the way, friends, you can send in your comments and they will display here on the screen, and we can communicate and address those comments or questions that you may have. What is the next fact? Well, believe it or not, because of the chemical composition of the Uranus, it's a gaseous planet, and it has heat inside, and because of this high heat and pressure and the chemical composition of Uranus, whenever it rains diamonds, because of the high pressure and the carbon content in the atmosphere. The carbon is fused into the most strongest material found in universe, that is diamond, and it rains down to the core, and it is a belief that core may have lot of accumulation of these diamond of various sizes, small or big, and if we are able to go there, we can actually harvest a lot of diamond. So isn't it amazing, a place in our solar system where the rain is made of diamond instead of water? What next? Well, Uranus is called icy giant, along with another planet in our solar system, which we will cover in our next show, Neptune. But Uranus is also an ice giant, and ice giant because they are very very cold, very very far off. However, because of the pressure on these planets, the ice is formed, but the ice is hot ice, and the temperature can be in the range of 300 to 400 degrees, but because of the pressure, the ice cannot melt. And you know that, friends, water boils at 100 degrees, but this is a special kind of a place where it is quite hot, and at the same time the ice cannot melt, so it is called hot ice. And this is an extreme this is an extreme place, and it has extreme seasons, which we will discuss next. The season, because of the tilt, and it has a very long cycle of going around the sun. It takes almost 84 years to complete one circular orbit around the sun, and since its axis is tilted toward the sun at the rate of 98 degrees, it has a very weird seasonal pattern. It has 4 seasons because there is a small tilt, almost 4 degrees from the plane of the sun, but there are 2 seasons of summer, and each so summer lasts for about 42 years total, and the winter lasts only for 4 years. So, and other 2 seasons are in between. So basically, out of 84 years, most of the time it has the summers. That means it is absorbing a lot of heat from the sun. Whatever small amount of sun heat is reaching, it is actually getting absorbed most of the time. So it has a very weird weather system, and also very weird seasons. Well, Uranus is so far off, Like, most of you may be knowing that, Earth is also quite far from Sun, and the light at this traveling at the speed of light takes 8 minutes and few seconds to reach Earth. Similarly, Uranus is so far, the sunlight takes 2 hours and 40 minutes to reach Uranus. So you can imagine, it is the distance from Sun to Uranus, or distance between Earth and Uranus, is so much. Even light takes more than 2.5 hours to reach Uranus. Well, believe it or not, even Uranus has rings, and it has more rings than Saturn. Typically, in our solar system, we think the Saturn is the ringed planet. However, there are rings around Jupiter, there are rings around Uranus also, and it has more rings, one more ring, one extra ring as compared to Saturn. But most of the ring system on Uranus is very, very faint, very dark. So these the rings are made of very dark and non-reflective material. So you hardly see these ring system, but it has a very complex rings system, and it has many moons also. And most of these ring system are made of very small, tiny objects. So isn't it amazing that we have another ringed planet in our uh, solar system, which has more rings than the Saturn? Well, we have visited Uranus only once. The Voyager 2 passed by Uranus in 80s, and we have then focused all the telescopes on Uranus, and we find that very little activity is happening around Uranus in the orbit and also within the planet. So it has been dubbed as one of the borest place because there is nothing much happening on Uranus. So it does not do too much activity. Also, there are apart from some fast wind and crazy weather, it is a very quiet planet. It does not have features like Jupiter or Saturn, or for that matter even Earth. So that is why Uranus is also dubbed as one of the boring places in the solar system. Well, believe it or not, Uranus is named after a Greek god. Well, you may think, what is so special? Everything is Greek, but no. All other objects in the solar systems are named after Roman gods. This is the only planet which has been named after Greek god. And if you know that, as per the Greek mythology, Uranus was the father of Jupiter, which is also known as Zeus in their mythology. So this is an amazing trivia that Uranus is not a Roman name; it's actually a Greek name. Well, believe it or not, the mankind could not see Uranus for a very long time. The ancient people did not see because it has a very little shine, and it's very difficult to see using naked eyes. And uh, the great astronomer Herschel actually found Uranus using his telescope, because he used to wander around and he used to explore the universe in 1700. And he actually discovered Uranus. The discovery of Uranus was made much before it was found that there is another continent called Antarctica by mankind. So it is an interesting fact that even before Antarctica was recognized as a continent, Uranus was discovered by humans. And the last fact is that the upper atmosphere of Uranus has a lot of hydrogen sulfide. And friends, if you pass by the chemistry lab in your school, if you remember that sometimes you conduct experiment and very bad smell used to come out of those experiments outside the chemistry lab. It is because of the hydrogen sulfide. It smells like rotten egg. So if you land or if you go into Uranus, you may have to get used to this rotten smell, because it has a lot of hydrogen sulfide in this atmosphere, which actually smells like rotten egg. So friends, these are the 10 interesting facts I thought I will bring about Uranus today. And we come every day in this live session of Metaverse, and you can get associated with us by sending your comments and any questions you may have. And for today, I like to say goodbye, only to catch you in the next live session of Metaverse. Bye bye.